the on-demand and portability of it was the key point for me. I had looked at other engravers, but none of them seemed to be as portable or as lightweight as the LaserPecker 4, and as well the accessories that you have as well that go with it. So that was the big pull for me. As I said before, it's actually quite stylish looking as well. So if you're event in your market, you want something that's going to be eye catching and attractive. So that always grabs people's attention, especially with the coldest and the laser, the way it moves. So and as well, any videos and images that I've seen of the etching, it always creates a really clean burn.
So what is up, everyone, and welcome to the LaserPecker YouTube channel and Craft to Business, which is SMB creator interview series. We're excited to have Bob, the founder of Taylor Woodcraft, and Bob plans to find woodworking with laser engraving to create personalized products that customers love. So today he'll share how he turned creativity into profitable business and how LaserPecker fits into his workflow and practical tips for using our product to boost margins. So without further ado, let's dive into it. So first of all, Bob, could you introduce a Taylor Woodcraft, what you make, who buys it, and where you based right now?
Yes, my name is Bob Taylor, and I'm the owner of Taylor Woodcrafts. I'm based in Northern Ireland, UK, and what you see behind me is a hobby that was a weekend and evening thing, and as times went on, it's progressed into a business, and I help make wooden crafts such as charcuterie boards and chopping boards and coasters, and this time of the year, I would also make Christmas tree decorations, which is quite a big thing over here in the UK.
Okay, cool. And at the very beginning, what first motivated you to add laser engraving to a traditional woodworking business?
Well, I love my woodworking, and it got to the point where it's kind of like, how do I make it something more? How do I add more to it? How do I make it more personalized and more bespoke to try and appeal to more customers? I had a lot of people asking, could I do laser engraving? So it was the logical next step to moving my wood crafts to a more professional level and making it more bespoke to attracting commission-based work. And it also separates me from the high street, which is the kind of high mass-produced products, which all look the same. So having the LaserPecker and the ability to laser engrave allows me to make things more individual per customers' requests.
Sure. So basically, try to expand your business, and also some of this because the requests from your customers, right?
Sorry, could you repeat that, please?
I said just basically you try to expand your business, adding different kind of styles, different kind of engraving, and also some of customers they asking you to see, hey, can you engrave this for me? So that's how you get started. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I would attend a lot of market events. So you try to have stock built up pre-engraved that people will like to buy, but also having the facility to do on-demand bespoke engraving. So like you mentioned, people might like their names, or if it's a wedding gift, they would have the names and a date, or they might have a saying, a quote, or a Bible verse on some of the boards that I would engrave. So that would also appeal to the bespoke customization that the laser engraver offers.
Exactly. And who are your core customers today? For example, local shoppers, wedding clients, or small business, and what are they buying the most?
With commission-based work, it's typically charcuterie boards and chopping boards. So like I mentioned, it would be typically for wedding gifts. So it would have the bride and groom, the date, and maybe a quote on the chopping board. I've also realized that there's a market here for trophies. There's a big push for having kind of moving away from the metal, plastic shields and trophies that you get for competitions and sports clubs, and going towards the wooden products, which is more natural and bespoke and kind of not more. There's not an awful lot of it, so it looks more appealing and it stands out well against everything else. So I've recently had a few running clubs where I've made trophies for them, but because I have the LaserPecker 4, I'm able to customize their trophy with their club name, the year, the type of sport that they're doing, whether it's maybe a 5K or a 10K or whatever the trophy's being awarded for. So that's a market that I haven't realized is here. So I've reached out to a lot of sports clubs. I'm hoping that in 2026 I get a lot of commission-based work from that part of the market, and it's a great market to be in because chopping boards and charcuterie boards and coasters are great, but every trophy is different. the chopping boards typically look the same, but everybody has an idea of what trophy they want and what engraving they want and how to personalize it for their club, their branding. So it's a great market to get into. So I'm hoping that this year I'll get more of that work. And at the events that I attend, a lot of people I don't have any with names on them, but like Christmas tree decorations, and they might get their names, maybe like the baby name or the family name or something like that on. So that happens quite a bit. So and they're great because they're cheap and they're quick, and because they're not a great cost, people are willing to buy them. Whereas for a few pounds, they'll buy those, but for a 60, 70 pound chopping board, people are kind of a wee bit more reluctant to part with that type of money. So there's more people willing to buy that quickly than a big statement piece, which is a chopping board. So having that variety in your work mix, I think, is key to success, but also shows how versatile the LaserPecker 4 is.
Exactly. So basically, it's more of adding customizations to different products, where it's going to be like chopping boards or trophies. Like people do want to add their own stuff, maybe like signatures, names, those kind of stuff.
Definitely, yeah, personalize it, because that sets it apart from what would be banned off the high street or from these big mass-produced companies where you don't get that level of customization. Whereas at a business level that I'm at, and with the facilities I now have with my engraver, I can do those things. There's a massive appeal to attracting those people in those clubs.
Yes, sure. And what sales channels works best for you right now? So, for example, your website, like artisan markets, or custom commissions, and why?
At the moment, it's getting out to all the events and markets and getting your name out there, especially in the local area. A lot of people are into supporting local and buying natural products, like I said. So getting out to these events and getting your name out there, handing out your card and introducing yourself to people and telling them what you can offer them. You don't always get a sale on the day, but quite often, could be a couple of weeks later, could be a couple of months later, you might get a message over email or social media or text, and they'll say, I met you at this market, you can do this piece for me. So there's a lot of return business or business that you kind of create from attending market events. But I also do have my work in my local town here, and there's a couple of other towns a wee bit further out where I have some work in as well. So it's just a case of stocking up and just letting your product sit there. And eventually, because it's a shop, it's a 9 to 5 or a maybe later open hours, so your work is being seen on a larger range of time, and as well you get quite a large catchment of people. And again, you leave your business card out there, they see your products on the shelf, they see laser engravings, you usually have a message out to say personalized laser engravings available, please contact me. So again, that's a way of returning that bespoke higher end business that creates kind of work between the markets to keep you busy in the workshop. You did mention websites. I do have a website, and I've got social media, so I do have a lot of interaction with people on social media. I've got some commission-based work and sales work through social media, not as much as I would have hoped. On my website as well, it was just this year I started it, so I've been trying to build on my website for creating more business without having to attend as many markets. But it's a work in progress. But again, on the website, I do promote the laser engraving and the customization boards, which I can do.
Sure, and just curious, can you walk us through a typical order to delivery workflow for a personalized board, or let's say a coastal set, and where does the laser fit in, and how long does it take for each step?
Well, making my boards can be quite time consuming, just the process of preparing each timber and gluing them together. So it can take a number of weeks, depending on how much time I have in the background, to form a board. But whenever you have the board formed, it's quite a quick process. I would typically use one of the apps on my phone. It's not even on my laptop, where I would draw up the artwork as the customer has requested, with the names and the dates, and they usually say they would like something in a particular fashion or style of font. So I would try to match that, and then it's just emailing or texting or through social media, instant messaging or direct messaging, where I would just communicate back and forth to the client. So that the process of artwork generation to engraving can actually be quite quickly, but it all depends on how quick the communication back and forward happens. It doesn't take an awful long time to draw up the artwork. Again, it's a text message out, so it's how quickly they review it and agree and say, yes, I like that, please go with it. And so whenever they approve the artwork, I then engrave it, and the engraving can only be 3 to 5 minutes. It's a very quick machine, which is part of the reason why it's so ideal for the portability on the markets, because you can engrave things so quickly in front of people as they ask for their bespoke items. So for the customization and the commission pieces, like that could all be done within a day or a couple of hours if it was quickly, the communication. And after the laser engraving, I would typically oil my products to make them food safe and just to coat to protect the wood. And then it's just collection or arranged pickup from the clients. So the laser engraving is probably the quickest part of my whole process.
Yeah, just curious, are those wood boards like 100% handcraft?
Sorry, could you say it again, please?
I said, are those like wood boards you make? It's like 100% handcraft.
Yes, sorry. At Christmas time here, people like the Christmas tree decorated products. So this is a charcuterie board. I also have another one here, which is kind of a tray. So they're very popular. One of the great things is, you can, on the LaserPecker 4, you can load up your graphic and name it. So I have a graphic in the machine itself called Christmas. And anytime I have a Christmas board, all I have to do is load up the machine and etch that engraving. I don't even have to use my phone or my laptop. It's all remote from the engraver. So I can easily create my boards. Like I said, the process is quite time consuming to form a board, but whenever it's formed, it's quite easy to just etch them on the boards as well.
Yeah.
I have an engraving on the back. So one thing I love about it as well is branding your own work. I don't know whether you can see it or not, but
Yeah,
you'll
sure.
see my logo on the back. So one of the problems I had was people would come to my stall and buy my products, and you'd give them my card for my social media and my website, but there was no guarantee they were going to follow you or they're going to keep that paperwork or that promotional material. So in 2 months' time, they could easily forget who you are. They've lost the card, they've lost the flyer, and there's no way of contacting you for repeat business. But with putting your logo on the back, it's always going to be there, and they're always going to see it. So in 6 months' time, if they're attending a wedding and think, oh, that guy from the stall who did the Woodcrafts, I wonder if I could order something off him. What's his name? I can't remember. But we'll look at his board because I think his logo is on it. And if it's there, they can come and see me again, and they can contact me over, if you find it online on the website or social media. So branding your own work is something I was never able to do before. And having that facility now always creates returning business and increases your portfolio in the local area, which I think is key to growth, especially as a small business. So yes, there's lots of different ways of using the engraver. I think I'm only starting to scratch the surface of it.
Sure. So first of all, thank you so much for sharing your journey with us and like what you do and all your amazing woodworking. So the next question is going to be, how has the laser changed your unit economics? For example, like time saved per personalizations, markups for engraving, or like reduce outsourcing costs?
There's the commission-based work. You can obviously charge a wee bit more. Again, there is a limit to how much people are willing to spend on these items. So it's how far can you put up your prices before you put people off. So I think with my shopping, my heavy boards are £60, and my charcuterie boards are £50, and that's with the engraving. So I think that's kind of the limit of what is probably affordable in the local area. But one thing I will say is that having the facility to engrave and offering that customization and personalization makes your work more sellable. Sometimes you can only put up a couple of pounds, maybe you can't put up anything, but it will certainly make your work sell. Whereas before, without that laser engraving, without that customization, people would have maybe set it down and walked off. So from having the laser engraving, I maybe haven't been able to increase my cost, but I've certainly been able to increase my number of items sold. So it's all part of the package as far as growth and sales and just growing a business.
Sure, of course. And just curious, let's say I'm one of your customers and I reach out to you and I want to making a board. And let's say I want to add some customization, that's like laser engraving stuff. So like, what's your pricing approach for custom engraving add-ons? For example, like names, dates, logos, or like flat fee versus like tier by complexity?
Because the engraver only has a 100 by 100 engraving, typically people are accepting to just, and they don't want any engravings bigger than 100 by 100. So as long as they're aware of that size limitation from the start, they're accepting of it, and they're happy to just work with the available space on the graphics and the text that they want. So the complexity is kind of, it's whenever you design your graphic in another app or whatever to make something with a different font or with more controlling over the import of the graphics or the fonts. Whenever people see that, they're happy, and it's not an awful big amount of effort to create something slightly more complex than just a name by itself. So the way the laser engraver works and how I've been using it, I don't see it as something that's difficult to use. And as far as complexity goes, I would say that everything is kind of as easy as the next. One graphic isn't harder to make than the other, and one graphic isn't harder to etch than the other or engrave than the other. So it's just maybe it might be 2 minutes or 3 minutes time on the engraving. So I don't. If somebody asked me, is it a complex machine to use or engrave? I would say no. I would say it's very easy and versatile, and you can easily import your graphics or work with the app as well. With the LaserPecker, it's brilliant. Importing graphics or putting in text. So I would say that the way it's designed, it's not complex or difficult, and it's very user friendly. And I said the graphics, as far as the time, it's only 2 or 3 minutes, 4 minutes max. It's not a difficult process to do. So I know you asked about complexity, but I would say it's not a difficult machine to run or the graphics. So it's very, I say, user friendly.
Yeah, sure, of course. And like, which product types deliver the best margins when like engraving is included? For example, maybe it's the chopping boards, or maybe it's like the Christmas tree or other items.
The chopping boards are pretty good, especially the bigger items, because I suppose the bigger the item, the more expensive people are expecting. And there's an opportunity for having a slightly higher margin. It might only be £5 or £10. It's not a great amount. But the trophies, I think, are probably the best ones for the margin. Make up based on how much wood you use to the engraving process. They seem to be the better, more, and as well as because it's more bespoke as well. People are probably expecting to pay more. So I'd say the trophies would probably be the better markup, and that's kind of why I want to push that in 26. But certainly the heavier chopping boards have a good markup. I say it's £5 or £10, and the charcuterie boards is something similar, but they're a slightly thinner amount of wood. So that's probably why they're a bit cheaper as well.
Sure, cool. And I know you own like one LaserPecker LP4, and you mentioned about how user-friendly it is, how quick the engraving is. So can you tell us a little bit more, like maybe something you like about the LP4, or let's say there's people want to start with a side hustle, or they're just like SMBs, and why they want to engrave a LaserPecker LP4 for them to help them to make like making profits?
The repeatability of having the onboard graphics stored in the machine, I think is awesome. It's probably one of my favorite things about it. You can design your graphic, you can set it up, and you can give it a name. And then whenever you transfer from your phone or your laptop to the machine, you can then run the repeat image from your machine. So if I was engraving tonight and it got too late and it's just like, I got to call it quits for this evening, I'll start again tomorrow. I can just go straight to my machine and load up that graphic and just start running from the machine, which I've never seen before. And I think it's an awesome facility. And that's one of the things I use so much, especially at the markets, when people want like all the little Christmas tree decorations like I mentioned. If they want like a particular Christmas graphic, or the football clubs are quite a big thing here, where they want their favorite football club. So you're just at the machine and you're repeating the same engraving over and over on the little Christmas tree decorations, but you're not using your phone. You're using the machine by itself, which frees up your phone to use maybe your card reader or something like that for the payment purchase. So that's one of the things I love about it as well. It's also quite a stylish looking machine. It's really well designed as far as the visual goes. Whenever you have it at the markets and sit up the corner and you have it engraved in the background, and the cone shape gives a great display of the laser as it tracks back and forward. So it's also quite a visual piece. And as people walk past, and if it catches their eye, they always stop and have a few minutes and then look, what's going on, what is this gadget in the corner, and the bit of a light show that it gives off. And then from that, it's also, it creates an opportunity and an opening to introduce yourself to somebody and to tell them that, oh, it's a laser engraver, I can do bespoke pieces. If you'd like your name or a particular graphic on any of my products here, I can do it right now for you. Or if the Christmas tree decorations, it usually follows on from that. And it's just like if you like your names or a particular club or a graphic or a logo on it, I could do that right for you now. So at the market that I was at yesterday, a guy came up and he was looking at the decorations and he said, could you do my logo on it? I was just like, yes, certainly, what's your logo? And he showed me it, so it's like, yes, that logo would work. How many would you like? And he said 40, and it's kind of like, I could do it for you, but would we be able to do it as a commission piece later on, and I could work you out a price for it. So him seeing the machine working in the background and how the products are engraved and displayed has potentially created a commission-based piece of quite a number of engravings. So it's little things like that where it's a great machine to use, but it also can create work just by people seeing it. So.
Sure, thanks. By the way, during the interview, if you need to like grab a cup of coffee or water, so please go ahead and do so.
Okay, no, I'll mention it if I need to, but I'm okay at the moment. Thank you.
And let's say for woodworkers considering a LaserPecker product to monetize, what are the first 3 steps you suggest to get ROI within 60 days? Or let's say just woodworkers in general. Let's say they want to invest one of the LaserPecker products to monetize. Do you have any like suggestions for them?
It's just making people aware of the facility that you can do, what products you can make. Sometimes it's great to have something already made to say, this is what I can do as an example, because you say to people, I can engrave on my charcuterie boards. The customer doesn't always understand what that means. So if you have something that you can show them as a display piece is great. Also, I would say do research into your local area or the time of year of the season, what's in popular or what's in demand for that time. So like here it's November, December, we're coming up to Christmas time, so Christmas is all the buzz. So trying to have Christmas tree decorations and the stars that you see in the background, having with Christmas graphics on them already engraved for purchasing on demand, like straight away on demand. But also, I said, making people aware of what you can do and the service that you can offer. Also, what else? I was supposed to say something else. It's gone now. No, sorry, it's gone. I'm not back. Oh, no, sorry, that's what I was going to say. Yes, experiment with the machine. I knew it would come back, sorry. Experiment with the machine. The laser engraver was new to me. This was the first one I've ever had, and I'm very fortunate to be able to work with something so portable and versatile and unique for my markets that I do. But understanding what the machine can do is a big thing. I have used it for so many things, but I still believe I'm only scratching the surface of what it can do. Like I know it can do like photographic pictures. I've experimented with engraving text and dogs, like a photo of them onto coasters. So trying to get that fine balance of the image not being too light that it can't be seen, or it being too dark that it looks burnt. You need to understand how to work the machine and the settings. So that can take a wee bit of time to play about with, but whenever you master the setting, and by judging your image, is it too light, is it too dark, do I need to increase the burn or the time or decrease? It all helps, and just building up that knowledge of how to use it. And it's just your confidence as well on knowing that whenever you put, you spend hours making a piece, and whenever you put it in this machine, it'll do what it needs to do, and the way you want it to display is great as well. And it would also test plenty of pieces. If you're woodworking scraps of wood, depending on your wood types, if you're a woodworker, you'll know what I'm talking about. Different woods have different hardnesses, and if you have a soft wood, it will engrave quicker. Or if you have a hardwood, it will be harder to engrave. If your wood is particularly oily, that will react differently as well. And again, obviously, the contrast of the burn against the color of the wood. If it's a dark wood like walnut or mahogany or cherry, can be quite dark as well, will look different to the paler woods like ash or sycamore or pine. So again, just experiment with the machine and your wood types, I would say, is the best way to build up your knowledge.
Yeah, sure. And also, I see you do have a couple of the accessories from the background. You got the air purifier, and also you got the Power Pack Plus. So how do those accessories help you, let's say during the engraving process, or even help you help your business in general?
Yeah, at some of the markets that I attend, power isn't always available. So without the battery pack, I wouldn't be able to run the engraver, and I could do 2 or 3 markets engraving quite a lot of these little Christmas tree decorations, which take maybe 3 minutes, or a wee bit more, a wee bit less. And so I could be engraving quite a number of those on the market, and I could go through 2 or 3 markets without thinking I need to charge this. So it does last quite a long time. It's the routine power that it holds is great. So that comes out with me all the time. The purifier as well is great as well if you're in an enclosed area. it's best to have it to cut down on the fumes and so on. In indoor events, I would say it's a must, but at outdoor events, depending on the kind of how open it is, you might need it, you might not need it. Typically, I don't on outdoor events, but again, it doesn't run off the battery pack. You'll need a power source for on the purifier. I would also use a purifier in my workshop, just to try and create ventilation so you're not burning for a couple of hours and you have the burn smoke in an enclosed area. I would always have the doors open and to try and create a draft to get air circulation, but having that purifier run in the background as well just adds to your health and safety, and it's kind of almost like a PPE, personal protection equipment to just keep yourself healthy and safety, or health and safe. So yes, all the accessories there in the background that you see get used quite a bit.
Sure, cool. And also, like, where do you see Taylor Woodcrafts heading in the next, maybe like 6 months, in the next year? Maybe like new product lines or more engraving designs, or like expanding online sales? Where do you see the future of Taylor Woodcrafts?
I would love my online sales, my website to generate more revenue and sales. And I know it takes time, but this is what I've been building on this last year. So I'm hoping in 26, I'm able to generate more sales on the website, which will take the pressure off attending so many market events. But I've also approached quite a lot of the large businesses in my local area to introduce myself to them, to say who I am, what facilities I have, what personalization I can do. And you always have to say you can do laser engraving as well. So I can put your business logo on coasters or chopping boards or any particular pieces that you would like custom made. So again, having the engraving facility is always great as an extra sales pitch to say what you can offer and how you can customize and brand your products. And it may not be with your own branding, I would say, if it's a larger local company, having their logo and their brand on your products makes it their product, if you know what I mean. So it helps with them, and for any corporate gifting or events that they are attending, it just increases awareness of their brand. So I'm hoping that this year I'll be able to generate sales through, some of the big local corporate companies.
Yeah, sure, Will. I guess we're all thrilled to see how's your business going to grow in the future, and hopefully you can do well and achieve big success with the Taylor Woodcrafts.
Thank you.
And also, last question is just in a few sentences, like, why do you like LaserPecker product, and why will you recommend to other users or small businesses in general?
I've seen other laser engravings online. I'm not sure what machines were used to engrave them, but sometimes you can see like burn marks around your engraving where the wood has like darkened because of the laser marks. With the LaserPecker 4, I haven't received any of those burn marks. As long as you have your settings set up correctly, it's always created a really clean burn, whether or not you're putting the laser directly onto the wood uncoated or the wood with top oil on. It always creates a sharp, clean burn. So it looks professional as well, and the end result as well is always really sharp, which again it makes your products look professional, and that all helps with sellability and resale and creating a good brand image for yourself, that people see high quality products, high quality lasering, and then as well that helps hold your price margins at the higher end of what you can sell at.
Sure, cool. Thank you so much. And last but not least, we want to give you some time. So for those people who are watching this video right now, do you have anything you want to tell them maybe about your business, like where can they find you, etc.? It's your time.
Oh, great, thank you. Well, as was introduced, I'm Bob Taylor, and it's Taylor Woodcrafts. So if you Google search me, you'll find me online, and I'm also on Instagram. Again, it's Taylor_Wood_crafts, and my website is taylorwoodcrafts.com. So on any of those platforms, you'll be able to find me. And if you would like to ask any questions over my experience with the LaserPecker, or how I use it on my woodcrafts, or the settings, or how I've used it on particular projects, you're more than welcome to send me a message, and I'll do my best to reply back to you.
Sure, cool. So yeah, no problem. So if you guys are interested and you want to reach out to Bob, we'll list all his infos, website, social media in the description box. So just go to the description box. You can find the links to his website and all the contact infos. Okay.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sure, no problem. And that's it. That's pretty much for today's interview. Do you have any questions or things like that?
No, all I can say is to LaserPecker, thank you very much for all the support that you've given me. I've spoken to the team quite a bit on emails, and you've been excellent on responding back to me and any advice and support that you've provided. And again, thank you for making such an awesome product. The LP4 is awesome. It's really helped me push my business in the last few months. to where I am today. I couldn't have done it without your product and your support. So thank you for helping me help me grow my business. So and hopefully there'll be more in 2026.
Yeah, thank you so much. We also want to say thank you for taking your time and joining this interview. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks very much. Take care, Rex.
Yeah, take care. And that's it.